Today we are continuing our supply chain conversation with Duff Davidson and Chris Oechsel. In a recent 3PL market research report on top challenges, 80% of 3PLs cited capacity, 70% said finding, training, and retaining labor, and 63% cited rising operation costs. What are your customers seeing, and how are they managing these challenges?
The two biggest challenges that the 3PLs are having in today's economy post-pandemic is space and labor. The cost of space and the difficulty of finding good labor. So what's that meaning to our customers? It means that they have to focus on what they have. They've got to optimize what they have. So they have to optimize the labor and they have to optimize the space that they currently have. Many of our customers have made some decisions to not expand, even though they have the business case to expand. And again, because of the same two reasons, the cost of space and the inability to find the labor that they need. So what they're doing now is they're focusing more on how they can optimize what they have. How can they get the most out of the space and the people that they have? If you don't have the right technology that can help optimize the labor and the space utilization within the warehouse, then you're really swimming upstream. So that's the biggest thing that we're hearing from our customers right now that are all in the 3PL space. What can we do to make better efficiencies, create better efficiencies with our people, make sure that they are being optimized, and you were also right about the use of automation. Clearly there's a lot of folks now that are looking at automation in the form of robots or drones that 10 years ago probably would have said, well, we can't afford that. The 3PL industry is very lean in terms of margins. So unless they've got really solid commitments or financial backing from their customers, it's a very difficult choice for them to have to invest in automation, which can be very costly. There are a couple things that are making that more affordable now. Hardware as a service, where you're not having to make that big capital investment, and you can really pay as you go as you need it. Those are areas where we're seeing, especially in the case of e-commerce, where it's a lot of each picking types of environments. The automation there makes a lot of sense now that the financial aspect of it has come down. So I definitely agree that there are some changes due to the economy that your technology and really your operations have to be aware of in terms of how to best optimize what you have.
Duff, could you weigh in from a global perspective?
I mean, we're seeing the shortage of resources, we're seeing the capacity and the overall operating costs are going through the roof. Inflationary pressures aren't getting any better. Fuel prices are on the way back up. You think about it from a port perspective. There's congestions there. There's global challenges that are going on from an overall supply perspective of safety stock, like we talked a little bit about, in regards to companies having to build that up, larger so they can serve their customers, and creating challenges of having the right inventory in place. And so all these pressures that are being put on companies are now transferring to the 3PL marketplace, right? The 3PLs need to adjust to that, and they're seeing the challenges in their operations as their customers are coming to them with more and more demand for capacity and for labor. And if you look at how they're solving some of those labor challenges, it's not just in trying to hire more people at a higher wage. That's obviously one thing they're looking at doing, but they have to look at things like training and education and upward mobility within their organizations, automation, AMR, robotics, all those kind of things that can help in the labor front to make them better as they move forward. But the only way they get there is really investment in systems and in the continued investment in the systems. So we're seeing companies, 3PLs and shippers doubling down in those areas, especially in areas of warehouse management and other type of systems, to get more efficient in their operations, to drive down some of this cost, have better control over their inventories.
Yeah, I agree. I think the global issues are the same as the local issues, whether it's dealing with where the manufacturing is and where the product is coming from and the disruptions or the labor. At the end of the day, where they're going for answers is technology. Obviously for both of us and now us together, the WMS is really the heartbeat and kind of the core system that warehousing operations, be they 3PL or non-3PL, are relying upon to help provide what they need, both in terms of efficiencies but also differentiation. It's now become really a major aspect of a marketing or sales engagement for our customers, the 3PLs, in terms of attracting customers, is being able to demonstrate the capabilities of the technology that they have to support that business. And that comes down to the fact that in a B2C type of world, there's an increased level of communication that the customers are demanding. You mentioned the Amazon effect.